So let's go over our preview of this Thursday night football coming up here with the Eagles at the Giants. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little fair warning because I know some of y'all hate when people do this. There's going to be some kudos going out to the Eagles in this. I know you're all going to hate that potentially here, but I got to call it like it is and give some kudos to some things that, quite frankly, have to be called out because they do a lot of things the Giants don't do that they should do. They're like the un-Giants. So Jace is here. I'm not even mad or angry. I don't even hate the Cowboys or Eagles. I literally don't care anymore. I think that's where a lot of us are at. Like
we suck that bad.
I could not even care less at this point if we get demolished by the Eagles because I expect it. That's where I'm at. I expect it, and that's goddamn pathetic. Let's go into it though, because the Eagles, honestly, it's an interesting team to look at. It really is. You look at the team there, 30th in the NFL at 251.6 yards per game. Yet they're 11th at 25 points per game. Think about that. They're like the third worst team in yards per game. Yet they're just barely not a top 10 points per game. That's insanity. Now, the number's been aided by a blocked field goal for a touchdown. That's versus the Rams, a blocked punt for a touchdown versus the Bucs. They get 14 points, out of that.
They also get a lot more because their special teams has been very, very good on different blocks where not just the returning them down against the Rams, but like they've stopped big plays where they put the Eagles in a good field position where they don't have to march it down the field.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. And luckily for the Eagles, that's what happens. But, it's they're just efficient guys. They're averaging 3 touchdowns per game on offense, at 7th in the NFL. They're averaging 1.4 rushing touchdowns per game, 4th in the NFL. And the big one, the thing that the Giants can't do whatsoever, 71.43 red zone touchdown percentage, guys. It's top 5 in the NFL.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is we don't get a lot of yards, but we get in the red zone, we're going to score a touchdown.
And it's also goes back to their defense. Like their offense has not looked nearly as good as it did last year. They're talking like pretty much top 7 of all stats on the offense. The Eagles were there. They're in the bottom 25. I don't look at the updated ranks of where they lie, but last week I think they were 30th in rushing, 29th in rushing in the league.
So
going into the Broncos game, they were like 30th in the total yards. It was not good.
So here's the rushing numbers. They do still rush the ball a lot. 28.4 times per game, which is 9th highest in the league, okay? Yet they're 25th in the league at 99.8 rushing yards per game. Think about that. 9th most rushes, 25th most yards.
Yeah.
That's an insane stat. They average 3.5 yards per rush, which is 29th best in the league. That's insanity. Now, you look at Saquon this year, 267 rushing yards in 5 games with a 3.2 yards per carry average. After last year, 2,005 yards, 5.8 yards per carry average. He's lost 2.8 yards per carry, or 2.6 yards per carry, guys. Like, he's almost half.
So part of it we have to think about too is that offensive line's banged up. It's been banged up pretty much all year, and they keep losing people on the spot. That's part of the reason why the Broncos defense looked so good against them last week, getting after Hurts. Putting pressure, getting pressure after Barkley. We also have Barkley plays. We Giants fans, we all know he's feature fan. Like, and he does that 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 35 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 60 yards, 3 yards. So he's not being able to break out this year. That's what the difference maker is.
Yeah. Yep. No, 100%. And their passing offense has definitely left much to be desired as well. 161.8 yards per game, 31st in the league, 6.4 yards per pass, 24th. And their Lions giving up a ton of sacks as well. Hurts is being sacked on 9.74% of passing plays, 28th in the league. No interceptions, though. They don't turn the ball over. So that's good for them. 5 games in, Devontae Smith is the only receiver they have over 200 yards. On a team that consistently gets 2 guys over 1,000 yards, like consistently.
Not this year.
Not
You got
not
talks.
so
You got
Smith
talks about trades and walking away.
Yeah, Smith has 272 yards. A.G. Brown, 194. Dallas Goedert, 133, though he is their red zone guy. Nobody has more than 1 touchdown in the passing game except for Goddard, who's got 4. Almost won a game. Saquon's got 128 yards receiving. So, yeah, not a great offense. Something tells me it's a get-right game on Thursday for them. I hate to be the negative guy at this, but let's be honest, how can I not be? Like,
I mean, we're going to talk about. They need to get right game. I don't think it's against the Giants. Not going to say that the Giants are going to win. Just saying they're dealing with a lot of injuries, a lot more than a lot of people have realized or talked about.
Yep.
And it's affecting their play. We're seeing it, but their special teams is probably the best side of football they have.
Yeah.
They've been lights out.
Yeah. Now, Philly's defense has literally been average. So they're allowing 21.8 points per game. That's 16th. But again, they're extremely efficient. They're allowing just a 37.5 red zone TD percentage, 3rd best in the NFL. Let me just tell you this, guys. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that if you get in the red zone and score on a consistent basis, and you stop other teams from scoring touchdowns when they happen to get the red zone on a consistent basis, you're probably going to win some games.
Good chance. So you're saying there's a chance.
They're efficient. That's what it is. Their biggest weakness is against the run. They give up 4.7 yards per rush, 25th in the league. They give up 126 rushing yards per game, as 21st in the league. Their passing defense has been really what's been great for them. 57.95 completion percentage they're giving up right now, which is 2nd best in the NFL, and just 6.3 yards per pass, which is 4th best in the league. So, to a degree, I guess the one thing you say is that the Giants, the way they play the game with rushing Scatterboo nonstop and, giving Dart a chance to run the ball. And who knows if Tracy's back on Thursday, we'll figure that out more as that comes. We'll do our injury report on Wednesday. But, there's a chance here that the Giants just run the ball over the Eagles and at least something looks good in this year. But let's be honest, guys. We say there's a chance, but we're so negative at this point there that the chance is like maybe a 5% chance.
I'll go a little higher, but I'm not saying it's a high. No, I'll go to double digits. I'll give them like a 20 to 25% chance.
Yeah. And yeah, they got a lot of the usual guys have had the last couple of years. The one guy I want to point out because he's just been balling out big time on defense is Zach Bond. 42 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 3 passes deflected, and an interception. Think about it, it's 5 games.
Yeah,
that's
all in.
That's insane. He's on pace at this point for, you figure, what, 135, 140 tackles, 7 sacks, like 16, 17 tackles for loss, 3 or 4 interceptions. Like, that's an insane start. But I think the biggest takeaway here, guys, is really is the Giants could learn a lot from the Eagles. And guys, it pains me to say that, but it's the truth. They are absolutely the model of efficiency. They score touchdowns. They stop opponents from scoring touchdowns. They're top 10 in takeaways. They're top 10 in not giving the ball away. On paper, guys, if you look at everything this team has done, they have no right being 4-1. No right being 4-1 at all.
No.
But
well, look at against the Rams. They should have lost against the Rams, but it was the last second, 10 seconds left on the clock, block field goal, return for a touchdown, win the game. They were about to lose that game.
Yeah. Block punt against the Bucs. Are they would have?
I was about to say, week right after, Bucs.
Yeah. 2 of their 4 wins came because of those special teams plays.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it is. And we say it all the time because it's so cliche, but it's the truth. Good teams find a way to win. Bad teams find a way to lose. We're the bad team that finds a way to lose. The Eagles are the good team that finds a way to win.
And it's ridiculous because we were a bad team that found ways to win when Dable first got here. And I don't know what happened. His true colors just showed. And now we just got a better team that's a bad team.
Yeah.
Just making worse decisions.
Yeah. I mean,
it makes no sense.
You would sit there and say, if you play a clean game of football and you run the ball down their throats and the defense shows up and, and you stop the run, which, again, they don't sit there and run the greatest right now anyway as it is, then maybe there's a chance. But here's the problem you run into. I said about the Giants running the ball well, and that's the one thing going for them. I'm not wrong on that. I think it's safe to say that you want to run the ball against the Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah.
But here's the problem. They rush like crazy. We can't stop the run. They don't give the ball away, and they're great at getting turnovers. We give the ball away. Honestly, I think this is going to be a get-right game for the Eagles and an absolute blowout. And that's where I'm at. And that's why I keep on saying I hope for a press conference on Friday. I don't expect one. Let me be very clear on that. I do not expect a press conference on Friday. But I'm hoping for one because I'm sick and goddamn tired of the way this team is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just I guess you got to hold that 1% of hope. But, we'll be here. We'll be here crying with you guys doing play-by-play. I'm sure there'll be a bunch of rowdy Eagles fans, and Eagles fans always tend to pop in when we do Eagles games. Except for when that one time the Giants beat them and destroyed them. It's amazing they left really quickly.
Something to stop talking shit.
But yeah, like I said, it is what it is. It is what it is, guys.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip,
then you will love the full episodes too.
Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.